Here's Dustin Ackley, the left fielder. And Tanaka missing low, 1-0. Ackley has struggled this season, a 185 average, 4 homers, 10 runs batted in.
And the Yankees playing their infield defense back. We'll trade an out for that run. And if you're John Ryan Murphy and Tanaka, you're pitching here to stay away from the big inning. Most important thing, getting it out here. If that run scores, that's fine. We got a long way to go.
Tanaka in with a breaking ball, 2-1. Want to ask you that, though, because prior to today, in a major league game, Tanaka had not worked with anybody but Brian McCann. And suddenly John Ryan Murphy is in there. How does that change things?
Well, it obviously doesn't, because John Ryan Murphy and Tanaka had a great second inning, couple of strikeouts, and looked like they were thinking the same way during that inning. Close pitch right there. Tanaka doesn't get the call. Through the first 2 innings, I would have said that Will Little, the home plate umpire, is a pitcher's umpire. Not there. Now Ackley's in the driver's seat.
3-1 pitch coming up with Miller on third. And gets that ball out to left field. Flores will try and track it down. Base of the wall. It kicks up. The run scores easily. And it's an RBI double for Ackley, and we've got a tie ball game, 1-1.
Well, Ackley, a first-round pick by Seattle a couple of years ago out of North Carolina, and once he got to the big leagues, everybody thought he was going to be a star, and that just hasn't happened yet. Driving this the other way, out of the reach of Flores. Bottom of the lineup against Tanaka, doing some damage.
A leadoff triple followed by an RBI double. And we've got a 1-1 game as Tanaka gets set to face a number 9 hitter, Mike Zunino.
Catch it flat foot. So it's a 4-2 game. That wild pitch factoring into that Mariner run.
Yes, it does. Something like that will get lost in the box score, but it won't get lost in your earned run.
Ground ball, another hole. Left at shortstop with the shift. Ackley takes advantage of that. That's the second ground ball base hit this inning because of the shift. And with that, John Gibbons has come out of the Blue Jays dugout. He has pulled the plug on Aaron Sanchez. Sanchez will go 6 2/3 here this afternoon.
This is a big run for them, even if they don't rally. This one right here with the leadoff double.
Base hit in the center field. That'll get the run home. Dustin Ackley with his first hit tonight, second hit in the series, makes it a 1-run game.
Well, that didn't take long for him to get it in. One pitch from McAllister, and he jumped on it in singles. Gets his 10th RBI, so I was thinking about moving him over. And he got enough of it. He got it to the right side of the infield, but he gets the bonus. It gets into the outfield, and a run comes in to score. So it's a 1-run ball game now.
Tribe will get the bullpen active as Mickey Callaway goes to the mound. Austin Jack going to bunt right here.
Vilas, a third baseman, playing in right now, expecting the bunt. So was Moss at first.
Ackley hitting a .181. Got 2 sacrifices on the season. Well, the bunt is in order. Got it foul on the third base line. Trying to get a couple of runners in scoring position.
Take a look at Dustin. He's trying to bunt it firmly towards third base, make the third baseman come in and field the ball so that Morrison can walk into third.
Mariners are 8th in the American League in sacrifices. That's a good one. That is a beauty. And it gets away. Coming home is Morrison, and he's going to score standing up. 1-0 Mariners. Brad Miller to third. So base hit E5.
Take a look at it. Yeah, good bunt right here. I was surprised Vilas that he didn't charge earlier. He kind of sat back a little bit, and that might have been the difference as he rushed this throw. A good throw. He's clearly going to be out. You see Kipnis, the second baseman, trying to stay on the base and pick it. Training with Lloyd talking about Mike Zunino and wanting to give him more days off, especially early in the season, trying to save him a little bit. And then solid base hit for Ackley back up the middle. But then you and I were talking about it, and we were saying it's 54th game today, a third of the way through the season. And you laughed and looked at me, yeah, only 108 more to go. But the point to all of this is as you were moving along during the season, do you have, as a catcher, is there a time we hear about pitchers with a dead arm? I mean, did you feel that way with your legs where it just feel like you have nothing left?
Yeah, I mean, you get to periods of the season where you're a little bit more tired than normal, usually closer to July and August.
The plate, he's going to hack. And now's where you really got to watch Brad Miller here with 2 outs.
Miller 4 of 5 running this year. There's a first pitch strike to Dustin Ackley.
And he's by far and away their most successful. You know, Austin Jackson, he has 7 stolen bases, but he's been thrown out 5 times. And so you would think that he would be at some point moving here.
There's strike 2. Carson Smith up in the bullpen. Liner into right. That's going to fall for a base hit. And it moves Miller up to second with 2 gone.
Boy, that hurts there. You got a chance to put Ackley away and get out of this inning, and you leave one too hittable in that situation.
Well, he was so good with not throwing Zunino a strike before him and then getting ahead to Ackley, and he just grooved that one.
Yep. And that's when you can really expand. You get into counts like that, you've got a pitch or 2 to play with.
Alan Freed got it all started here in Cleveland. Here's Dustin Ackley. Strike 1. Ackley, Zunino, and Miller. Dustin took a called third strike and a 2-2 pitch. First time up.
And for Bauer in the third inning, he had to throw a lot of pitches, almost 40 pitches in the inning. You see the Mariners put some more pressure on him again. His pitch count already at 70 with nobody out here in the 4th.
Ackley with a base hit, coming with 2 strikes.
Good start to the inning. Solid line drive into left field for Dustin. Hits that fastball.
Mariners in the third sent 8 men to the plate. Got a grand slam from Seager. In that inning, Bauer walked 4. 3 of them scored.
Our weatherman on the spot has a little something else for us.
What a grinder. Able to make it through this game with this searing heat.
Wow.
I just want to say Happy Father's Day now that my mic's up. Can I sneak that in there to my dad?
Okay.
You'll be nice to me.
We're always nice to you. You're just sensitive and you have light skin.
Sensitive to the sun, yes.
You're sweating so much you have a wristband on. That's
I didn't
beautiful.
say it was hot.
Line shot into right field. Solid base hit by the pinch hitter. Dustin Ackley gets that base hit. And that brings up the top with Logan Morrison.
Maybe done. Danny Farquhar still up in the bullpen. So he's having some sort of issue with his, I think maybe his ankle.
Dustin Ackley leading off. 0 for 1, ground out to second. He'll be followed by Mike Zunino and Brad Miller. This is the second time the Mariners are seeing Jesse Hunt. He was with the Padres last year, and last June beat the Mariners. This one driven deep to right, getting up, and it's off the scoreboard. Ackley into second with a leadoff double here in the 6th. It's the Mariners' first base hit.
Dustin Ackley, he is not missing too many fastballs right now. Take a look at this fastball, 92 miles an hour. It's down in the zone. Middle of the plate, but he drives it right in the middle of the wall and right. He's hit the ball hard here in the first week of the season.
Ackley
had canines all over the ballpark today here in downtown Houston. All shapes and sizes. Apparently they do not get their own seats. First pitch strike to Ackley. Mariners had a bark in the park. Yeah, you're probably better off with a lapdog in a situation like this, you would think. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ackley. Mariners sat down in order in the second. 1-2. One thing that has been so startling for the Mariners lately, they've been hitting home runs. There's no doubt that the Mariners can hit the ball out of the yard. Entering today tied for the second most in the American League. Of course, the Astros leading the AL and all of baseball together. But one of the issues for the Mariners has been getting on base, and we saw this really a couple of seasons ago for the Mariners when they were one of the best home run hitting teams in the game, as Howard Johnson, Mariners hitting coach, who does such a fine job, looks on. But we have seen a lot of solo homers as Ackley slices it and it skips off the wall. Rasmus has to play a tough carom. Instead, it's Marisnick and Dustin Ackley. And with the 2-base hit to lead off the third. Nice start for the Mariners here in the top of the third inning.
Well, Dustin squares this ball up. It's on the outside corner, running away from him, and Rasmus had a pretty good break on it. Thought he had a beat on it, but Dustin hit it so hard he wasn't able to get back quickly enough. For Rasmus, I think that's the reason why he was so close to the wall when the ball caromed back over his head. Typically, if you don't think you're going to make the play, you'll give yourself some room.
Ackley grounded out. His first at bat, 0 for 16 with runners in scoring position this year. A slow start for Ackley. He does have 3 home runs, one of them against the A's.
Sonny Gray early in the season. You're right.
And that one is belted down the right field line, but well fouled. Hit it a long ways.
Yeah, it's almost as if somebody said to Ackley, they're going to try to pitch you in, because this was almost at his head. And tomahawked it, fortunately foul. But the amazing thing today, Will Little, the home plate umpire, has been giving the low strike a couple of times. He struck out Cruz, he struck out Cano. And Jesse Chavez seems to be getting under, pushing the ball a little bit, elevating the pitches, and maybe Stephen Vogt trying to tell him get on top a little bit more and try to get a strikeout.
Line drive, left center field, Fold on the move, can't get it. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, and a huge hit for Dustin Ackley.
Wow.
Two out, 2-run double.
And a leadoff walk to start the Mets. So he tomahawked the fastball in. Jesse Chavez goes down and away. But again, belt high, not down where he wanted it. And it's surprising to see Jesse Chavez making the mistakes on the pitch location, because he is usually very, very good around the plate.
So 2 doubles, single, and a
Dustin Ackley. Ackley walking in the second inning, 1 of 2 free passes given up by Rick Porcello in his outing. Very high. We saw Sandy Leon catch last night. Today it is Blake Swihart. I get the feeling with the way that Buchholz pitched last night with Sandy Leon as his catcher that combination will be together every 5 days. This is to right field. Struck well. Holt going back. It's going to be one hopping the wall. Up and over for a ground rule double. And it'll be second and third. Kind of costly there for the Mariners, because Seager may have been able to score. That bounced around a while out there in right center.
Seager definitely would have scored on this play, and it's kind of strange. Everybody thinks this is a ground rule double, and if you're the guy on first base, you're awarded third, and that's it. It's the umpire's discretion as to whether or not that runner can score. The umpire can say, you know what, that ball, he was going to score on it, so they could let him, but they almost never do, and no one ever argues it.
All right, Angie, thank you. Always like hearing from folks checking in from all around the country. Dustin Ackley leading off, followed by Brad Miller and Jesus Sucre. Nice job by Happ to get out of that second inning jam.
Ground ball was his friend. Sonny Gray right now throwing a lot of strikes. 23 pitches, 16 strikes, and first pitch strikes to 5 of the 7 batters he's faced.
1-2. All right, so walk us through the mindset here. You got big expectations, Mariner Ball Club. You know, we're only played. This is only game number 5, but you've lost 3 in a row. I mean, the team isn't freaking out, although you know, sometimes you'll hear stuff on the periphery and people are concerned and everything. But the mindset of a ball player at a stage like this,
I think that when you look, you can take it into 2 parts really, and maybe even 3, and that's you have your starting pitchers, and we talked about this right on opening day, which included Felix, is you have to give these guys that first opportunity. I always look at their first outing of the year is whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. These guys, they have to get the opportunity to get that out of the way. And if you look at the starters that have struggled, Taiwan yesterday, Iwakuma, it's been early in the game, and you have to get past that part of it. Fortunately, Paxton and Felix both pitched well.
There's Ackley driving one deep to right. Get up, baby! Gone! A home run for Dustin Ackley, and the Mariners have the lead at 1-0.
Dustin Ackley showing some power here early in the season.
Second home run for the Ack Attack.
You mentioned Sonny Gray throwing a lot of strikes, and Dustin was really aggressive in the second half of last year. Took it into spring training, and it's the same here at the start of the season. Puts a good swing on this fastball. See, actually a breaking ball, a little slider they leave in the middle of the plate. Good look at our Alaska Supermo and the spin of the slider, but he cuts it off at the pass and lines it into the seats in right. So the starters with short.
Again, Mike, it was spring training, but you got to like the way this kid swung the bat.
I did. I like the way that he finished up last year, and he brought it into spring training. We talked to Dustin a number of times throughout spring training about the things that were successful for him, and he said, and I agree, he said he wanted to be more aggressive and not try to work counts or force the ball anywhere. Just he wanted to be aggressive, hit the ball hard, and run. And he did a lot of that in the spring using the entire field, so hopefully he can carry that over into the season.
High fly ball, deep right field. Look it up, giddy up, gone! A home run for Dustin Ackley. 3-1 Mariners here in the fifth. All over a 2-0 offering.
And that's what you want to see. 2-0, gets a fastball up in the middle of the plate, turned it loose. I think last year at the beginning of the season, the first couple of months, he may have taken this pitch, but this is a high fastball, and he gives it a ride. Towering home run out to right. Take a look at our Alaska Supermo and the swing by Dustin Ackley as he attacks this high fastball, level swing. They catch it. Off the hands, and they hang on. The souvenir.
It's jumping on a 2-0 pitch. Brad Miller. 1-1 to count to him. Brad flied out to center in his first at bat. That was back in the third.
Well, there's no doubt about it. The big roadblock for McCarthy is Messrs. Cano, Cruz, and Seager. Cano has a single, Cruz 2 home runs, Seager a home run. 0-1 the count. Pretty good combination. Cano and Cruz. No balls, 1 strike. That's just off the plate with the fastball. 1-1. Dustin Ackley's dad played in the Red Sox organization, and he hits one a mile to right center field, and that one's gone. No doubt about it. 4 home runs given up by Brandon McCarthy, and it is 5-3 Mariners. The only consolation, the bases were empty. So Dustin Ackley, who had 14 home runs last year, hits it out. He was a 3-time All-American out of North Carolina when he was in college. Boy, he got that thing, no doubt about it. So 5 runs on 4 home runs. One of the 4 home runs, it was a man aboard. So for McCarthy, he's gotten by cheaply enough.
His second.
Chavez started the year off in the bullpen, now back into the rotation. That's a good sinker.
Big rip by Chris Taylor, strike 1. Chris 2 for 14. Here it is. Taylor playing in his 5th game since being called up. Ackley runs, and he's going to get there safely. I was just about to say, he's a good base runner and doesn't steal much, and then what happens? He breaks.
I think that was actually a hit and run, and the pitch was so far off the plate away and down, Taylor wasn't able to get a piece of it. Ackley on the move. He goes to attack it, trying to put it in play and protect the runner.
So Ackley on his first attempt of the season, they give him a stolen base, and he's in scoring position for Chris Taylor, who's got an 0-2 count.
You have to stay with it if you're a left-handed hitter. That's exactly where he wants to stay, down and away from him.
9-year veteran, second year with the Angels, 5 with Cleveland, 2 with the Mets. Freeze knocks it down. Base hit.
Freeze playing in, trying to take the bunt away from Dustin Ackley. That'll cost him some range. It's a little bit of a tricky hop. So it goes off the end of his glove, and it does. It'll be an infield hit. Then you get to the middle of the order. Good look at our Alaska Supermo as it hits right off the end of the glove.
Sets up nicely here for the Mariners. Last time up, Cano double to right center. There's Dustin Ackley. A lead off. And he got things going and turned out to be a momentous 6th inning. 9 men to the plate. He led off with a double. Mariners got 4 runs on 3 hits. Helped by an error and left 2.
That's some good news for you, Dave.
What do you got?
Well, we're wondering about Felix, and you never like to see him leave a game, but a tight quad. Take him out of the game precautionary. Looks like he's going to be okay. But as we were talking about, at this point in the season, no reason to push it.
He had, let's see, 1, 2, about 3 plays over at first base, right? There's 1,
Yes.
there's 2. And then the stretch, it was 3 plays exactly. Now that's a little bit out of the ordinary. Maybe, accelerating. Plus, he had that comebacker where he had to accelerate and
that's right,
hang with it. So that's 4 plays that he was involved in. A lot of times you might not see. And, crazy stuff can happen.
Well, and at this point in the season, we talked about it, his second start. If he has anything that's bothering him, I think Lloyd, as much as Felix probably, I'm sure, didn't want to come out of the game.
No, he didn't.
That's why sometimes it doesn't matter. You have to make the decision for the player, right?
You get the bucks.
That's right. So Lloyd, and I think it's the smart, right thing to do.
And they got a great relationship too. They really
no,
do.
They do. But you just can't take a chance.
No, not even close.
Yeah. With the goals that you have this year, you have to have him out there. So
look at this, Dustin Ackley, base hit. Yak attack, back-to-back plate appearances with base hits. 2 for 3 day. Sunday, April 26th. Boeing. There's Dustin Ackley, 0 for his last 10, looking to break out. Second start for Wojciechowski. Had a relief appearance. But he is, according to A.J. Hedge, is from the outside into this pitching rotation. A.J. said that when he told Asher that he made the club, it took him 3 times before the kid believed him. He said he's a real studious, serious kid. There's A.J., new manager. Bo Porter was fired last year. But he said he's a wonderful young man. I had to tell him 3 different times that he made this ball club. It's all business, not real emotional. And Hinch had a great line. He said, if he gets pumped up, if he shows a fist pump, I need you to take a picture of it and bring that and the videotape to me. Dustin Ackley on a 2-2 pitch breaks an 0 for 10 slump. Good for him.
And Dustin able to stay on a changeup. It's a circle change. Good look at the grip right there. And this changeup moving to the outside corner. And Dustin, who has basically used the entire field at the start of the season, right back up the middle. 81-mile-an-hour changeup. Good look at our Alaska Supermo and the swing by Dustin Ackley.
To the ball game. 2-out base runner for Dustin Ackley.
Dustin lined out to short his first time up.
Mariners with a run in the first, a run in the third. RBIs by Cruz and Zunino. Nice backhand by Castro. Jay Happ, 4 strong innings for the Mariners on the mound with 4 strikeouts, no walks, no runs on 3 hits. Houston's next trip to Seattle, June 19, 20, and 21. Weekend of the U.S. Open down at Chambers Bay. Hit hard, base hit. Into right field. Morrison makes his way to third. So with 2 outs, runners at the corners for the Mariners and Brad Miller.
Well, Dustin off to a great start. Struggling a little bit lately, but he's hit the ball hard twice tonight, including this base hit. Gets out in front of a fastball, 89 miles an hour. Hits it through the right side of the infield.
No chance for Carter.
Brad Miller. Brad with a 5-game hitting streak. 5 games, 7 for 15.
Ackley 0 for 3. Struck out his last time up against Kyle Gibson. Bottom third of the Seattle lineup. Ackley, Miller, and Sucre due up. Strike 1 to Dustin Ackley. Breaking pitch missing the outside corner. Shot to right to start the 9th inning for Ackley.
Ackley picking up his first hit. That little cutter came right into the swing of Ackley.
Time now for what's next, brought to you by Century Link. Twins have a chance to face the Tigers again.
Kimbrel. 8-9 and 1 due up, and that's ball 1 to Ackley. Oh for 3. There's the ground out. He's also struck out. Shields K9, by the way.
To add to his total.
Up to 66 to lead the National League. No, 64. I don't add good.
Well. You don't speak good either.
Oh, I speak well. I don't add good. The difference. There's a strike. 2-1 at 97. That's right on the edge.
Free and easy at 97. Oh, thank you. There's that last pitch from Craig Kimbrel. He's on the corner all right. 4th and Union.
Ackley lines that one into center field for a base hit. Mariners have the leadoff man aboard against Kimbrel.
Against a hard thrower like Craig Kimbrel, that's exactly what hitters need to do. Ackley just getting that bat head, a nice, short, quick stroke. Trying not to do too much.
So with 2 strikes, he reaches.
Next time we do that, play some 10th Avenue Freeze Out, and we'll be good. One to Dustin Ackley leading off. I'm not a huge Springsteen fan, but that is a great song. Ackley with a Bullet to center field. Boy, did he need that. Leadoff man's aboard here in the Mariners' second as we check out tomorrow. Time for CenturyLink. What's next? To see Chavez goes. Dustin Ackley struck out twice today. 0-2 pitch in the first, a 1-2 in the third as he looks at ball one. 16,148 joining us here tonight at Safeco Field. Two-0. Mike, is he taking more pitches early in the count like he did early part of last year?
Well, and we've talked about it in spring training and then at the start of the year when he was really swinging well like that, just being aggressive on the fastball that's in the area. It doesn't matter whether it's on the inside part of the plate or away. Dustin usually will use the entire field, and when he's swinging the bat, that's usually when he has the most success. He doesn't have to worry about working counts. He's so good at hitting the fastball, and this is a pretty good fastball right here on the outside corner, and it is right on the corner at 90 miles an hour.
I agree with you. Why if you're up there and you're struggling a little bit, why you want to work a count and get the 2 strikes? Get on that fastball,
exactly,
man, and go to gash and get your swings in.
Well, that base hit by Dustin Ackley has chased Ian Kennedy. 5-0 Mariners. Sean Kelly. See if Ackley can light a spark here. Sonny Gray really dominated the Mariners with a 9 strikeout performance. Ackley tonight lined out to right and fouled out to left. Scribner in his 4th year with the Athletics. 1-1 pitch. Bounce foul.
A couple of slow curveballs at 71 miles an hour.
Scribner, 6'3", 190. Turns 30 years old mid-July. There's base hit. That'll get things started. For Dustin Ackley. Checks in with the base knock to start the 7th inning for the Mariners. They'll bring Chris Taylor to the plate, the tying run. Now you can decorate your room with some boom. It's Nelson Cruz Poster Day, courtesy of Aquafina, on Sunday, May 17th, when the Mariners host the Red Sox. All kids take home the new Nelson Cruz poster. So for